Hi, I'm Natasha Lockhart. Are you faced every morning with a little girl needing her hair done? We'll learn some tips.
I'm Stacy Beck. With the summer's harvest coming in, we'll talk about the art of canning.
And I'm Angie Murphy. We'll meet a local author with a new book coming out, and we love new books.
Also, when it comes to everyday choices, do you take the easy route? All this and more coming right up on Studio Chatter. Welcome to Studio Chatter. How are we doing?
Good.
Good.
Great.
Excellent.
How are you?
Couldn't be better.
You just got back from
Yeah.
a fantastic
Just
trip.
got back from a trip. School is in session, so it's
You couldn't be better
awesome.
than. So when we say trip, was it a trip?
Or was it
It was
work?
a work trip, but very rarely do I actually have time
Right.
to downtime to see things. And it was kind of interesting this time because the evenings were open. So I did have some dinner engagements, but I also allowed for a bit of free time because realizing you're in Dallas, there's some history there. So I wanted to see the grassy knoll. Just
Tell
with
me
the,
that.
with,
I don't know
well,
anything
with
about
the
that.
Kennedy assassination.
Oh,
Okay,
yes, I do
so,
know that. I didn't know that was there.
Yes, so
Okay.
they were going through the parade route that day.
And it's just called the Grassy Knoll?
So the grassy knoll is supposedly where
the
one of the
shop,
shooters
yeah.
Oh.
was positioned and where it came from. And then there's the book repository.
Right.
So that particular area they have marked off. So they actually have the X's on the road. So you can see where the first shot was and the second shot. And then they said just recently there was a third X that they've lifted because of the all of kind of the theories, right? Maybe it was an inside job, maybe it was a misfire, maybe it was all these things. So, you know, the conspiracy theory and all these years and all of the things that have gone, and there's been some recent investigations to say maybe there was, maybe there wasn't. Now, the interesting thing was I was at a technology convention and I do mobile phone technology. That would never happen now because
Right, everyone would have been
everybody
filming
has a phone. I mean,
They would
have
have got it from every angle.
Yes. So
Yep.
now they have some of the real, some of the little movie cameras that were filming and going on that day. But so I just wanted to see that, and so that was super interesting. And then Dallas, downtown Dallas. I mean, it was sweltering hot. It was so hot, right?
It's super humid too.
Oh, it's humid and it's hot and I mean everything's just you're just
Right.
you're dripping. Yes. So they have scooters.
Okay, I wanted to hear about these because Provo has them now.
Yes.
Okay, so tell
Yes,
us, how do we use them?
So scooters everywhere. So you just have your little, if you have the Uber app on your phone, you can
Okay.
just scan your little Uber
So
reader.
Uber is the one that kind
So
of...
some of them, I mean, there's different. I think that there's probably different companies. There were a few different choices we
But
could
you
pick
have
one,
to
but
pay to use it.
But pay to
Okay.
use, yes.
Okay.
So that's how they keep
And you
them
pay
all
for the
up
length
and
of
running.
time as well?
Right.
Okay.
So I think maybe it was $6 for my scooter ride. But
And then you could just drive it wherever and then just leave it there.
and then you leave it there and then somebody picks it up and they pays. So they go like 15 miles an hour.
Oh, wow.
I'm like
Did you get hurt?
No, but thankfully I'm like an old lady. I'm like, no helmet, my purse. Like, what do I do here? Trying to drive it and maneuver it. And you're not
my
supposed to have them
gosh.
on the sidewalks. There's actually little scooter lanes and everything.
Oh, there is.
However,
Okay.
I would do it again. So in Provo, go
should
scan
try
it.
it.
Go
Okay.
try it. Yes, it's I don't know, YOLO.
Whoa. That's so 2016. Oh my goodness.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it was good, and I would do it again. And then scooters are pretty cool right now. My dad just had surgery a few weeks ago, and he's on his scooter too with his cast. So I thought,
So might as well
Might as
try
why
well
it.
do
not?
it.
Cutest
YOLO.
thing he did the other day in the grocery store. His scooter has a basket, and he went and picked flowers for my mom in the grocery store and put flowers in his basket.
Oh, that is cute. That
Sweet
is
little
cute.
man. That's
But
so fun.
that's enough about me.
Okay.
What's going
Well,
on?
I did
Yeah.
something
Okay.
for the first time. I went and had lunch with the senior citizens. So they've
Yay.
been closed.
Here?
Yeah,
In
at our
Spanish?
senior
Okay.
citizen center. They have lunches every Monday and Thursday at noon for $3. Homemade meals. Do you remember?
We
when-
talked about this.
Yeah, they came on once, and we talked about it. And I think was it Dixie that came or Melanie?
I think
I can't-
Dixie sounds familiar,
Okay,
but
so
I
she
could
does
be
all the
wrong.
home cooking.
Okay.
Anyways, they've closed for the summer months, but I just went and it was a full house.
Was it
and the
like about how
sweetest.
many? Like 50?
easily, if not maybe 80.
Oh, how fun.
And they said that is just the first week back. So I just want to encourage any of our viewers that are home on a Monday or Thursday, you can just go down, pay $3. They have music
So you don't need to
going.
prepay or like pre-tell them like
I think
RSVP.
they do like you to RSVP. You can
Okay.
either call or hop on the city's website. but-
$3.
And they have so many activities through the Senior Citizen Center.
Wow.
I could not believe it. I took my mom and I'm like, Mom, you have got to jump on this.
Okay,
There-
so for people that don't know where that's at, where is
yeah,
it
it's
at?
just on what, 2nd West on Center Street, on the south side of the road.
And they have stuff going on all the time then.
All the time. Like, yeah, hop online, call them. You can have different activities, lunch. They do field trips.
We're going to be there soon.
I know, we're going to manage it one day.
gotta
Lady.
You
prep
were just
myself.
investigating, right?
Yeah,
For-
just looking ahead for maybe 12
oh,
years.
goodness.
Keep us
Okay.
an RSVP.
What's coming up for you?
Well, we are going to go up to our ranch in Midway. My husband's side of the family has a little old 70s ranch, and we get it every 4th year because it's owned by the siblings.
Oh.
But we go up there for Swiss Days. Have you guys
Labor
been
Day
up there?
weekend.
Yes. And we love it up there. I love me a good knockwurst sandwich. It's like my favorite part.
Knockwurst?
Uh-huh. So it's like a bratwurst, like a hot dog type thing, but
Okay.
it's like a sausage. And then they put it in between 2 pieces of rye bread with some cheese and sauerkraut,
Oh, that does
a
sound good.
pickle, a homemade cookie. Oh, you guys,
So good.
it's my favorite part. The shopping's great, but the food up there is
Yeah,
super
there's a lot of
fun.
people that go just for the shopping. I used
Yep.
to go for the olive loaf.
I've never had that.
The
No.
bread with has some of the olives
I'll have to
baked
look
into
out
it.
for that.
Very, very good. But it's been a while.
It's
yes.
fun up there. Yeah.
Yeah, and
just
it's
a
cool.
good,
It's a little
tradition.
cooler.
All right. Well, we have a
fun.
great show coming up. Next on Studio Chatter, we'll talk about the new book coming out by a local author who is no stranger to our community. That's coming right up. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Our first guest is well known by the Children's Theater. She has written many musicals and productions, and she loves bringing stories to life. Welcome, Cami Murdoch Jensen, to our table. Welcome.
Thank you, Natasha.
Hello.
It's so fun to be here.
So when I found out that you literally just directed Beauty and the Beast for Fiesta Days, I was so impressed because the 3 of us went together
We did.
to see that, and we were
Blown away. I've
blown
never
away.
been to the community theater. I never have, no. And I went, and now I am hooked. It was
yeah.
such a great production.
Well, I'm thrilled to be the one to hook you.
Good.
really fun.
Characters were fantastic. Music, just
Yeah.
the scenery, everything was just really nice.
What a feat to pull off.
It
So,
was a feat. It took a lot of work, but
yeah,
I think it was
so
worth it.
what is the time frame for that? So by the time you go through casting and setting up production and all of those things.
Auditions generally happen the 3rd week in April. We start. We take a week to cast the show, and then we start rehearsals right away. We rehearse music for the first month with a little bit of blocking and choreography, but until the high school opens, where we can get on the real stage, we don't do much big numbers, choreography, or blocking until we can get on the real
You're
stage.
doing that in like
Yes.
3 months, pretty much, start to finish.
Yeah, we need to have you back next, maybe what, March? Do you know what you're going to do next year?
And it hasn't been decided yet.
When you decide we're having a
Yeah,
back.
let's have you back and talk about it, because we could go on for our whole episode about that, but we probably better
Talk
jump
about a
into
book.
why you're really here.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So that brings us to our first question. What sparked the writing bug, or what made you start writing this series?
Well, the thing about theater is it's all about telling a story. It's all about creating an image. And I'm a very creative person, which is why I do well in theater, but when you start telling stories that are a little bit too big to fit on the stage, then you have to move to a new medium, which is why writing was perfect for me, because I can go so far beyond the proscenium.
It
which
seems
is-
so overwhelming to just sit down and write a book. What is your process with even starting that? Does it all start up here and then?
Well, I'll tell you how I started.
Okay.
I have a daughter with chronic illness.
Okay.
And for most of her high school, she was in bed all the time with migraines. It was just really difficult. And to kind of pull her out of that depressive funk that she was in, we started talking about the possibility of books. And we were like, if we had this character, what would we want it to be like? And so that really made a difference for her. It gave her something to look forward to every day instead of just the headache.
Right.
So we started working on this together, just concepts, and I would ask her things, and then I was like, I've got all these ideas in my head, I might as well just type them out. So I started writing, and the book came together, and it was really fun and exciting. I had no intention of publishing, but then my husband for Christmas bought me an artist to do the cover and an editor.
Oh, what a great gift.
Wow, what a great husband.
Yeah, I know.
It was the best. That is what actually tipped me over from having it just sitting on my computer to actually going into publishing.
So is this your first book that you've written?
It's my first book that I've published, my second book that I've written.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
How many books are there? It looks like is it a series?
It is a series.
Okay.
So this is First Earth. Second Earth is already done. It's starting the editing process, so we're hoping to get that done early October.
And how
Third
many
Earth
do
is
you
close.
picture in the series?
Series of 5.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow, that's a long commitment.
It is. It is.
But there must be a big story to be told from it.
Again,
Yeah.
big story.
So who will this book appeal to?
I've had kids as young as 10 read it and love it.
Okay.
It's clean, so parents are okay with letting their younger kids read it. But I've had adults read it and love it.
Okay, and what's the name of the book?
It's called First Earth.
First Earth and Second Earth.
Can you
Second
tell
or
us
third
just a little tidbit about what it's about?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So my character, Agnes Ann Kavanaugh, is the one that's based on my daughter. She was in an explosion when she was a baby, so she's got some scarring on her face and nerve damage, and that's where the chronic illness part comes in. She discovers that she is the only wizard on our planet to be born since magic was banned millennia ago. And so she has to figure out what kind of magic she has, how to use it, and save First Earth at the same time. First Earth, spoiler alert, isn't our Earth. It's a different Earth.
Spoiler alert. Oh, intriguing. Okay,
Yeah.
I like it.
So when you look it up in a library, or where is it considered young adult?
It is young adult
Fiction.
contemporary fantasy.
Oh, okay.
And where can we find it and purchase it?
Amazon is the best place to find it. Right now it comes in hardback and ebook, but we're working on getting a paperback coming out here soon.
Okay.
Awesome.
I wanted to ask, have you been a guest speaker like at schools or book clubs or
I
anything
have.
like that?
I've done some presentations. I went to Spanish Fork Junior High locally, and I did classes for every single one of their 7th grade English classes. So
Okay.
that was a long day.
So when you do that, have the kids already read the book?
No, they
Okay.
haven't. So what I did talk about was a little bit of the creative process. I taught them how to build a character. I gave them character worksheets, and I have other options like
Okay.
world building, that kind of thing that really appeals to schools
So
and
did
their
you get an
students.
education in any part of this, or has it just been a hidden talent?
I studied music at BYU.
You're just creative.
Another whole creative branch.
Wow.
So have you ever written music? I mean,
Yep.
because of your love of theater and maybe all of
Yes.
those things kind of combined, you just seem very artistic. And so,
Yeah.
so when you're not writing the book or when you're not directing theater, what do you love to do?
Paint my house.
So she's still creative.
Yeah,
Still creative.
yeah, that's
Decorate
amazing.
murals and things like that.
Oh my word! So what about the set for theater? So are you like? Do you help
I
with
did
that?
a lot of the painting.
Really?
I don't usually, but we just didn't have an artist come forward this year, so.
So
Somebody had
so
to do it.
going back to Beauty and the Beast a little bit, I have to say, I mean, just because it was such an amazing production, some of the, especially in the scene where you have the plates and the utensils and the chandeliers, are you responsible for some of that?
My choreographer did the choreography, and then my costumer did the costumes, but the director's kind of in charge of taking all those aspects and pulling it together into one picture.
That is such an amazing talent.
is.
You're so talented with the book book writing and the directing. I can't wait to hear what you're
I
going to
think
be
she
doing
took
next year.
every talent that I missed. Like I have none of those
I'm like,
talents at
I
all.
clean my house when I get bored.
If it makes you feel better, all math homework goes to my husband.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Yep,
me-
that's how it is at my house too.
To my older children. That's where it goes to.
It's true.
Okay, so this book is out.
Yes.
The second book is out. The
Coming.
third one, okay, the second book is coming.
Coming.
Done. It's not.
So are
out
you
yet.
working on the third book right now?
Yes, I'm just getting into the climax of that. So
And when you're doing that, are you already looking forward to the fourth and the fifth? Like
Yes.
segments and pieces that are in those books?
So that's called a series arc.
Okay.
So some things that happen in this book will come out in the last book. Some things
Okay.
that happen in the second book. It builds upon itself until you get
Okay.
to the,
See,
the
and
end of
that
the
seems
series.
so overwhelming to me.
gosh, yeah.
So I just appreciate that kind of talent. It's
amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, good luck. Thanks.
Are you
Appreciate that.
open to speaking to other schools, other young writers, all of those things? Okay.
Yes,
Okay. Well,
I am.
We will be sure to share your information then all over and get the word
Thanks,
out.
guys. Best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Tired of ponytails or buns? Stay with us for some help in the back to school hairdos. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Do you need some help and ideas on what to do with your schoolgirl's hair? Welcome Sammy Pruitt and Mackenzie Nielsen to the program.
Hi, thanks
Hello.
for having us.
Hello, girls. We're super excited.
We're excited.
Well,
Some
one
of
of
us
these are my
need-
daughters, and one
Okay.
is like a daughter. So this is going to be a fun little episode.
And
Thanks.
what salon do you work at?
we work at All About You salon.
Okay,
salon.
fantastic. Well, some of us need all the help that we can get. I'm totally, I'm in the morning, what should we do today? And it's always just a simple pony or leaving it straight because I don't know how to braid. I'm not great with the pull throughs. So hopefully you have some
Hopefully we
super
have
ideas.
some tips for that. Yes.
And we're going to have some demos here in a minute. Should we talk about like latest trends and some of the fun products, and then we'll pull the girls out to do some stuff? Okay.
Yep.
So tell us, how should we be wearing our hair, or the young
We
girls?
feel like the latest has kind of been the waved, like the bigger crimp wave.
Okay.
We've noticed that being really big lately. So this is the waver right here.
You can actually just get it on Amazon. It's the Bedhead Big Barrel Waver. I think it was like $27 on Amazon.
And do you just crimp it like old school?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's a little different because this one's a lot bigger, so
Okay.
you're not getting a fine.
So
crimp,
is
you're
a
getting
fine
big.
little crimp in too, or mainly just
I think
the bigger?
just the bigger.
Okay,
yeah.
all
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It seems that bigger is the style, like the bigger waves,
The-
just the
yeah,
soft,
soft.
waves.
I
is-
have noticed the little perm curls coming back.
Which I want to perm so bad.
You do?
She wants so bad.
I want to be probably, what's her name? The Disney princess.
Brave.
Okay, that's who I want to be.
Merida,
Yeah.
I
yes.
want red hair and a perm.
Or the
Natasha.
girl
Do
on
it.
Little Big Town.
Yes.
Blonde hair.
Yes.
I want her hair.
Okay, that's gorgeous too. Okay.
So, do you do spiral perms, and are people moosing their hair and gelling? I mean, is any of that
I
coming
feel
back?
like with the boys,
Yeah, I
that's
was just
been
gonna
huge.
say.
Yes.
The top of like boys' hair.
They do like the shaved sides, and
That's
then
the
they all
thing.
want perms on top.
It's like a mullet is coming back.
Totally.
I noticed.
That's actually true. I cut like
is.
3 mullets this week for school
That's
for
so
boys.
nuts. I know.
Yeah.
And both got like the little curl going on down here too. It's like a little 90s. Yeah.
So, if they're shaving the steps then in the side, I mean, we used to color them or even do the blocks or
So maybe not that.
maybe not so
yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Don't get fancy,
I
right?
was telling Mackenzie earlier today that on 97.1 they were talking about this bi-level split mullet or something
Oh,
for
like
girls.
the step mullet.
Yes. For girls, not boys,
yeah.
but for girls. So
Yikes.
explain that.
It's
what
just
it looks
like they cut their hair right here and then again right here, and it's just like the two steps all the
Super
way across.
blunt.
I don't
Not
know.
cute. Like I don't think it should be in, but
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
maybe
just a
someone
very-
Get
that's
to see
brave,
it, so
you do it.
yeah.
Well, I don't know. I had the wings,
Oh,
and I
yes.
don't know if that should have been very awesome either because
was
we
so
had that down
great.
to a science. We know how to whip those out there and spray and then
we
blow
had the big
Yes.
bangs when we were
Yes,
kids.
yeah,
And
the
I'm
big
not sure
bangs
if that
too.
should have been in.
Okay, now color-wise, Sammy, I know you're big into color.
Yes.
Tell us what are the latest trends with color.
Yeah, I feel like just the really like natural lived-in colors are super popular right now. Something that can grow out super easy for people.
Kind of more smudgy up here, huh?
Yeah, for sure. Just really baby fine weaves. We just did hers, something like that, balayage, pretty,
Yep.
right around the face.
I don't have to
Like-
touch up my roots for as long as I need
Yeah,
to.
So nice.
gorgeous.
Are
nice.
younger girls doing like colors and stuff too?
Yes, it's crazy. I literally just did, this week I had 2 12-year-old girls come in and get their hair colored.
Wow.
But when you do something like that, it can grow out all year.
Right.
So
that's maintainable.
Yeah.
It's nothing that you need
So-
to come back in 6
yeah.
weeks.
Yeah.
So I can see why they're doing it.
And then I think your niece or something was getting her color done and she was just little. Did you do like a bright color wash or something to her hair?
We just did like it's just like a demi, I guess. It's probably a demi. So it washes out in like a couple weeks. So just a pink.
Fun.
Yes.
Okay, now tell us a little bit about little accessories that we can use.
yes. This looks familiar.
Yes, the scrunchies we love. Like anytime I do a top bun, those scrunchies are so easy to just like throw in to look a little bit more done up, but really it takes like
And it's
2
like little
minutes.
girls, I feel,
Yeah.
but adults are wearing them too, right guys?
yeah.
This is the new edition, though. Ours,
Yes, the
ours
little
were
girls.
ours were just flat and
scrunchie.
boring.
I
Yes.
think
Right.
the thing now with these two, we sell a bunch at the salon, and it's so funny. Girls will buy them and honestly just wear them on their wrist.
I have seen
And that's
that.
what I do all the time is like,
Yeah.
Well, unlike these, I've seen girls just having those on their wrists, like
Yes.
ready to go.
Yep.
And then maybe using it, maybe not.
I
okay.
know.
Okay.
So it's like a fashion
it's kind of
accessory
like
too.
a bracelet or for your hair.
Yes, for sure.
What about the bigger? These are a little different
those-
texture.
Those I've loved. These I've been wearing a lot. So you can do them with your hair down and kind of tie them in, or you can do your hair up and tie it around.
Okay.
But these have kind of been, I don't know, they're just easy go-tos when you're like
and these
in a
ones
hurry.
are nice because they lay flat
Yeah.
on your head. So like
Instead of
something-
getting
They're not like
bulky.
flying up
Yeah, you're gonna
super
get
high.
a little
Oh,
bit
and
more
what's this? Are
bulky.
people
Oh,
wearing
yes.
this?
Yeah, so you can actually just fold it up and then put it in your hair, or you can use that as a little scarf.
See,
Oh.
double usage.
Yeah.
All this stuff.
Oh,
And the
these
clips.
look fun.
And the
yes.
clips have
yes.
totally come back.
These are cute for like
And they're
little
so
girls.
Little
too.
girls. So you, it just stop like
Yeah.
just
Like
to,
lots of people have been kind of doing like down the side or
Yeah.
On
I've
TV,
seen
I'm-
them like braid their hair and like stick them in their braid.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we need to get more creative, Natasha. Very
Yes.
much so.
Well,
Okay, so
I don't know how
help
creative
us
you
with
want
the
me to
little
get.
girls. Should we bring them in and have you
Sure.
guys?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Who do
Okay.
we have first?
Who do you want to bring in first?
either one.
Let's bring in Capri. Come on over.
And cute Capri broke her arm and still showed up to Studio Chatter.
That's right. She is
Brave little
dedicated.
girl.
Trooper.
Yep.
Okay, so this is my niece Capri, and what we did with her hair, okay, just bend down just a little bit. We just did some Dutch braids, a couple Dutch braids into a cute little messy bun. Super easy. It takes like 2 seconds.
So you braid it and then do you just kind of like wrap a ponytail around it and
Yep.
then kind of pull it out
Yep, and I seriously just attack the bun and pull it out everywhere.
and then
The
put
messier,
a little
the
tie.
better.
The
Yep.
messier the better.
Okay.
And for parents, I feel like that's easier too, because you're not like trying to get every little hair.
Yeah.
Just like messy, just
So if
make
you
it
can't
messy.
braid very
So
well,
maybe
then
maybe
messy
like a
better.
second day do or something. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect.
That's another good question. Like for little girls, how often should you be washing their hairs? I know they're probably not as oily, but they are at play.
Yeah.
Do you ever use a dry shampoo and a little?
Oh, you totally could.
Okay.
For sure.
And like our favorite too is the texturizing spray. This one right here.
Okay.
If their hair, like a lot of little girls have really fine textured hair, so that'll help to give it a little bit of grit so that it can hold braids better and kind of hold curl better.
Okay.
Because with little girls, you tend to lose curl a lot faster and kind of lose hold a little bit faster.
So, the Saturday night wash for church or Sunday should last all week.
Yes, it should.
That is right.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, let's bring in our
Well,
next cute little gal.
Brought my lovely little daughter tonight. Miss
Here's
Barrett.
Barrett. Should like to fill in for Stacy this evening.
Right. Yeah.
I'm Stacy.
Perfect. So with hers, we did the Dutch braid as well, just crossed on both sides. And then I'm gonna have you turn around real quick. And then we did the pull through the braid in the back, which is super easy. You're just pretty much tucking the pony and then elasticing and go back through again.
So you just put a pony and then kind of pull it in the middle and wrap it through again?
Yep.
Okay.
Did
And
you use
then-
an actual pull-through tool? I didn't watch you.
No,
Okay.
we just used our hands.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
And you just
okay.
kind of pull a little hole and tuck it back through. And then we use one of those cute little bow little ponytails.
That
Look
is
how you
so
even wrapped the
darling.
bottom.
Yeah, that's always
Yes.
a good.
That's just a finishing.
Yes.
Okay, so how long did it take you to do this?
Like maybe 5 minutes. Yeah.
That's
Yes.
That's the scary part.
got
How long
good
would
hair,
it take,
though.
Mom?
Good
She
hair.
has like texture to
Super
her
thick,
hair.
lots of
Right.
texture.
Super thick. Yeah, she's a lucky
Yes.
girl.
Okay, turn back around, Barrett. so
Yes.
we
We
see
just
that
need
Stop
them
your
to
cute
pop
face.
by every morning, right?
Okay, and I love how
Help
you've
us.
left just a little bit of hair out right there.
Yes.
Just softened it. So pretty.
Yep.
She still
Love
has
it.
some little summer highlights left. So
I know,
that's
that is
kind
so
of pretty
I
to
love that.
show those off. All right, thank you.
Gorgeous. Okay, so now you're going to show us on Mackenzie just a little
Yes.
quick updo. Is that right?
Yes, we're going to show you a little fast braid so you kind of get an idea of.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
okay.
maybe we can see
Braiding,
if we can
yes.
do it.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. All right. Okay,
here
we're
in the
gonna
back.
do a little side braid, I think.
Okay.
Do you need me to turn a little bit?
Maybe I want you to put one of these in.
Okay.
Can you do it? You do it yourself, and then I'll pull it out.
Yes.
Sometimes that's easier. I'm gonna
Okay.
pull out these sides, and then
You have gorgeous hair.
Oh, thanks.
She also has great hair.
All right, let's
My
try
dad
that
had
out.
gobs of hair, though on top it's now
about
cul-de-sac, but I think they got it from him.
No, you guys both have great hair.
Yeah, Dad does too.
Yeah.
It's true.
Okay, let's see. That looks like the shorter side.
Yeah, you're doing good. Blind
Wow,
into that.
nice.
Okay, well that was good. Okay, and then we're just gonna pull this all to the side.
Oh, so you kind of put some over the top of it.
Yes, so it kind of hides it.
Oh, super cute. Wow. I didn't think about I was thinking she was going to tuck it all the way
amazing, yeah.
under, right?
Yeah. No, we're gonna hide it, gals. Okay. So what we're gonna do is I'm actually going to separate this from this.
Okay,
Do
so
two
just a
separate
traditional.
ones.
Okay.
Yep. And then what we'll do is we're just going to start with a little Dutch braid here. So with a Dutch braid, you're just gonna go under instead of over.
See, I have the hardest time with my brain
So-
doing that.
So does my mom. She cannot figure a Dutch braid out. And now that I've been doing it for so long, I have to really think about it.
Doing the regular kind.
So it's just
on
under,
somewhere
but it's
else.
still just a 3-part braid.
Yeah. You're just
Okay.
going under instead of
Opposite way.
over. Yeah.
I've got to practice that.
It's one of those things though that like I can do great on others, but then I try and do braids on myself, and I'm
And
like, it's
can't.
all backwards.
Yeah.
This one though is easy once you figure it out to do on yourself.
So then we're just gonna make it super big.
Oh, and then she just does
So
those
I always
amazing-
hold it just because I don't put my elastic in first because
You
I
don't?
feel like it's easier for me to like loosen it up and pull it out.
Okay.
So I always just hold it first. We're just gonna make it super big. And you can kind of pull this.
I'm amazed.
I love it.
It's gorgeous.
Doesn't it kind of put you in a trance to watch someone
Totally.
do hair? Yeah.
Like at the salon,
Super calm.
if I watch it somebody else, I could watch them like all day long.
Yeah.
It
Okay,
truly
so
is an
then we're
art.
just gonna
It is,
hold that there. And then with this, we're gonna bring it around and I'm just gonna do a little fishtail braid.
And explain the fishtail.
So you separate it in two, and then I'm gonna just take little pieces, tuck it under to the other side. And then on this side, I'm just gonna take a little piece, tuck under. And at first, fishtails are kind of hard because you don't really see them forming
Yeah. This
at
is true.
first. But then like once you get going, they start to kind of form.
I do know how to do a fishtail.
Do you?
Uh-huh.
I was always the one that they would practice on me. So I think maybe that's why I never.
I know I did it on my girls, and then I
bet.
never really
You're
taught
so
them.
pretty. They're all like,
And I'm an
"Oh, look at
only,
you."
so I didn't have any sisters to practice with. So poor Barrett. We'll get it one day, I promise.
I know my other daughter, she watched a YouTube the other day and did like this fun little braid
Oh, it
and
was so
fun.
cute.
And she said it's supposed to take 15 minutes. It took me an hour.
Yeah.
But on
get so
yourself, I
frustrated,
imagine
yes.
too. I'm first time
Yeah.
around, but
Some of those I've even seen as of late, like pulling them through and making bangs
Yes.
out of the back of their.
Yeah, I've
Yes.
seen
I'm like,
that.
wow.
I'm so creative. I don't have that kind of brain in the morning, but I just need to practice, I think.
Yes.
Like a couple days before, and so I can do it quicker.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
'Cause I love
good
it.
for 'em. I don't know that I would ever have that brain ever. In the morning or the evening.
We just need a higher hair and makeup.
Yes.
I know.
What's so fun about braids right now too is like you can literally just do like 1,000 different braids and combine them, and then it's all of a sudden this really cool braid.
I know. It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
I know, like Mallory had one going across here, a different one wrapped around,
Yeah, because
and
really
anything
like,
goes.
these are really
Yeah.
simple what I'm doing, like,
Right.
and it doesn't take that long, but they're gonna look cool when we're done because we've combined them, you know.
Right.
So
Okay, and just for the sake of time while you're finishing that, if somebody did want to schedule an appointment with you, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
so I have an Instagram they can follow
Okay.
at Blonde Beauty Babe. And they can either DM me or I have my phone number on there. They
Okay.
can text me. Either one.
And
of
like
those
always,
is
you
good.
could call into the salon.
And call the salon. Okay.
Yep.
And Kinsey does a lot of eyelash extensions.
Yes.
And so that's been super fun for me
Yeah,
too.
they're gorgeous.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're fun.
So then we're just gonna tie these together. And then what we'll do is I've got a little
Out of her
bobby
back
pin.
pocket.
Yes.
Always got no bobby pins. Then I'm just gonna kind of bobby pin these
Oh
two
my
braids
goodness.
together.
Never would have thought to do that, Sammy. Wow.
So then they get really big too. And fun. How you doing? Am I tugging a little hard there?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Kind of turn towards the camera.
Yes.
Kind.
Okay, I will.
Oh, that is so pretty.
Gorgeous.
So then this is a fun little trick. So this is how you hide your elastics. Well, you can either just wrap it and like tuck it in your elastic, but if you have a hard time doing that, I just take this, wrap it around, then you're just gonna take your bobby pin, stick it in, and stick it through the elastic,
And then it creates even some more texture. Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
and pull it through, and take your bobby pin out.
No,
Gorgeous.
What just
Bam.
happened there? That was so neat.
So yeah, boom, there you go.
Oh my, I love it.
And then
love
you
it.
can pull some pieces out around your face, curl them. Okay.
Voila, you're all set for school.
I love it. Ready to go. Okay, so we
Okay,
need to
ladies.
try some fun stuff.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we do.
And I
All
feel like the
right.
more you practice, it just becomes so much easier every
Well,
time
and it
you
looks
do
like kind of anything can go. Just start playing
Yeah.
around
Yeah.
and create
That's the
different.
thing. Tug on your braids, make them really big, let some pieces fall out. That's what's in.
All right. Well, we'll be
Super
following you for some more ideas. Thank you so much for coming by. Coming up next on Studio Chatter, do you take the easy way out when it comes to your everyday life? Stay with us to hear our thoughts. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. How do you make your choices when it comes to the easy versus the not so easy? We have our opinions. Maybe they match up with yours.
Ooh, let's see.
What are we starting with,
Okay,
guys?
I want to start because
Okay.
I've been
Okay.
thinking about this for a couple weeks. I hear people say they don't iron, and I think, how do you not iron? Like
Right.
you have to look sharp. So, do you guys iron, or do you dry
Rarely.
clean?
I try not to. I used to do it more. Now I dry clean. And then with the boys' shirts, I've been buying those no wrinkle ones,
That's a lie,
which has
though.
helped.
Yeah, but they're still.
I still dry
wrinkly.
clean theirs, and then every couple weeks. But that's about the only thing I do
Shirt
anymore,
laundry
guys.
is like $1.
Yeah, it's worth
It's
it.
like $1.
And that takes me like a half an hour
Yeah,
to get a nice
right.
press.
And I actually have burns
Mm-hmm.
from that.
And then like something silk like that, I'd be like, "Okay, keep it on low," and then I'd forget, and then it's like,
I would not buy that shirt because I would.
I would, but I would dry clean it.
if I did, I would dry. But I purposely like when I pick things.
But you're gonna. Well, that one
It
might
could
not
be cold water wash.
Cold water
and
wash
then,
and
then
hang it, and maybe toss it in the dryer for a second,
just a
pull it
second.
out, wrinkle
This.
underneath this.
this, friends. This is
enlighten
all
me.
you
Yeah,
need.
because I use this.
I use,
But dang, I use it.
I do occasionally, but
Maybe,
not often.
this
I mean,
is a
I have
wrinkle
one.
releaser.
Yeah, you spritz
Oh,
her
yeah,
that
you just
on and
spritz it
tug and.
Well, I never knew about this.
My sister-in-law gave me that.
Have you
for,
been
like,
under a rock?
She's still ironing, so maybe so.
No, I mean it in the kindest way, but my mother is a traditional iron person.
My mom, too.
So literally,
Red's mom would iron like his Levi's,
yes.
t-shirts,
handkerchiefs
Yes.
and pillowcases.
Underwear.
everything.
Yeah, I mean, I have another very good friend, Melissa, who still, before she puts the sheets and everything on her bedding, still irons all of those, and the pillowcases, everything.
Sometimes, like if there's a really bad wrinkle, I just hurry and get the iron out and zip it right over the sheet. Just no, you guys, I can't handle it.
Oh no!
I'm just happy when mine are clean and on the bed.
1,000 other things that I could do with my time
Okay,
besides
so you use
ironing.
this regularly.
I do, and it comes in little travel size containers, so you can take it on the road with you.
It really does work. I mean, it's not great. It's not going to give you like crisp clean, but it really does
you kinda
release
like
the wrinkles.
creases in your-
I do like.
Okay, so you're wearing a new dress? Because I can tell it's
What kind of
nice
new?
and ironed. Now, what are you going to do with it?
Well,
when
this
you
one
spill
I
something?
could iron it like on the back where I'm sitting. I would probably pull out my iron, do a little iron, but when it got like dirty, dry clean it. Unless I could just wash it and hang it.
Okay.
So I'm really good friends with Joe at Allen Dry Cleaners in Springville. Yes,
okay.
and I know, I know when I have to have things very crisp and clean, especially like if
right.
I'm working at booth at
Yeah.
on the road or something, I'll take those and I'll say medium to heavy starch, and then just like put them right into the
And they
suitcase
stay?
and they stay. And then for the things that maybe wouldn't, or the cotton things
Okay.
that need a little, and you can put them in the bathroom with some hot steam, and spray this on, and then just kind of tug it and shake it out, or like you said, in the dryer on low cycle or something.
And then
With
just pull it
kids,
out
with
and hang
everything,
it.
yes. I mean, I've had moments, literally. I mean, just use your imagination, but being half dressed and trying to iron and like burning my skin.
Oh, I've done that
pulling
on
the
my
iron.
body,
Yes,
and I
on my
burnt
body,
my
yes.
skin.
You're ironing clothes on your body?
When it's wrinkled, like linen
And you
pants.
just got after me for maybe getting a wrinkle out of my sheet?
I should have, Stacy.
The only
Way
thing
worse.
I've really done on an ironing board is like tried down before flat irons
You
came
did.
along. I did. I used to try and lay down on the ironing board and like iron my hair.
I would just scorch
Can you
my hair.
imagine
It would
the-
burn it off.
You did it too?
Yeah, my mom did it to me once, but I haven't tried. I don't dare.
My gosh. Okay, moving on.
Okay, next.
Well, since we were talking about laundering and dry cleaning and all of those, there were a couple of other things that came up when I was thinking about that. So, actually, my mom had brought it up. When you're cooking, and nobody ever really talks about this, but when you're
Okay.
over the stove and you're cooking, do you have a favorite burner? Like the go-to burner, the one that does it every time for you?
On the right. I think
right.
whatever you're handed,
Yours,
right?
Yours is front right.
If you're left-handed.
So pretty much because I have there's 5. It's a flat. It's
Okay.
flat, but it's traditionally that one. But some people will say it's the left if they still have coil top stoves or the electric range, maybe on the left hand side. But everybody seems to have their favorite burner.
I like if I'm going to make spaghetti, I start making my meat sauce on the right side and boil my stuff on the left side. Yeah, have it.
And maybe
Corn
if you do
in
a
the
sauce
back.
in the back.
Alfredo in the far left.
my gosh.
Yeah, every time.
Crazy
That's
creatures.
funny.
If you didn't know about wrinkle release, changing gears again, I'm in shock and awe.
She's the only one that I
My good friend Rachel, though, introduced me to these. If you don't, and now I shouldn't tell you because then they're going to be all gone at the store. If you don't know about color catchers, this is another great invention.
No, I don't,
So
actually.
if throwing the darks and the whites together, big no.
Right.
But
This will
color
catch the
catcher,
color.
you sure can. You can just throw in one of these.
My heart is like, ooh.
I can throw them all in
Yes.
You're combining loads.
I still am a little hesitant myself. I'm like, I don't know if a red should go in there with the white.
Maybe I'd try my towels.
But you can mix a few grays and
This would be
Mix it
so
up a
good
little
for
bit.
kids because when my kids
Yes.
turned 12, I had them all start their own laundry and they just throw it all in. And
Yeah,
so,
don't know.
So this would be super good.
But it really does. It goes in white, and sometimes it comes in blue from the denim. Or
Oh my gosh, we had so
or-
much to talk about, and we talked about ironing for so long.
Wow,
'Cause
and I
it's
don't even do
important.
that much.
I know, and they're telling
Okay.
us to be quiet.
I know.
Like 3 minutes of my whole life.
We're coming back to other fine details another
Okay.
day.
Yes.
More
Okay.
questions.
Okay, I'll think.
Coming up next, and speaking of taking the easy way out, we'll take a look at the art of canning. Stay with us. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. The summer harvest is in, and it's time to preserve that bounty. Let's welcome Kim Olson to the table.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I'm so happy you're here.
Thank you. I am too.
So Kim and I go back to what, 05, 06?
How did you
Yes.
meet? No, 5 or 6.
She felt so inspired to call me to be her friend.
Yeah, that was what it was. That's exactly the way I remember.
Oh, okay.
Getting
And
to
from
know
there,
her.
it's history.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, it's so fun to catch up.
Yes.
And then you've worked together at Fiesta Days and stuff too,
Yeah.
right?
We did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
She was actually on the committee before I was on council.
Really?
1 year.
Yeah.
And then 2 years
we-
with you.
Together. So
Yes.
it's fun. So,
Yes.
but one thing I loved about Kim was the relationship she has to this day with her mom and canning. We would listen to her and the stories for like a full, is it 2 weeks?
No, it's just one.
Oh, I was going
1
to say
week
a
of
month.
canning?
Yes.
But
Do you just stay at each other's homes
I know.
and just like,
My mom lives in Wyoming, so
Okay.
she comes down every year for a week, and my dad often comes with her, and we can. So I know a lot of people can in bits as their garden produces, but that's not the way we do it.
Okay.
So I just go buy
gobs of
boxes of tomatoes and peaches and pears and maybe that's all.
And today is peach day.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then
then-
you just do that all day
And we
long.
do it. Yes.
Does anyone else come or is it just you and your mama?
It's just me and my mom. Now, occasionally my sister lives in Salt Lake. She will come down to visit and
Your
swipe
daughters?
a couple of bottles of whatever it is we're doing. And my daughters will come occasionally for a day or two and help peel peaches, help
And then they
chop
want
onions.
some, don't they?
Of course they want some.
Well, it's kind of
It's kind of a
it's
lost
kind of
art.
a lost art, yes.
is,
You know, unfortunately, and I was just recalling when we were kind of sitting here getting ready and gathering our thoughts. It takes me back to my grandmother's kitchen, where they used to can, and I just remember all of those cans and the pressure having to be just right and making sure everything's sealed. And there's such an art to the actual canning also. But then when it was over with, they stored everything in a cellar.
Yes.
So all during the fall and the winter, I'd be sent to the cellar.
And then you
Yes,
come
had
under
an
cobwebs.
yes, and
that would
it
go
was
under.
kind of freaky. I'm like, I don't want to go to the cellar, but it was to go to the cellar to get all of this good stuff. And it was
Exactly.
those shelves just lined with these beautiful peaches and the tomatoes. And how many variations of tomatoes do you make?
We make tomato juice.
Okay.
We make salsa.
Yes.
And we make whole tomatoes.
Yeah,
just
like the
can them.
stewed tomatoes-ish.
Yes.
Oh, that was
Before
my
I had
favorite.
done spaghetti sauce, but we haven't done that for a while. So primarily those three with tomatoes.
You have to cook in order to
Okay.
can.
Oh, I would add.
Guys, we have peaches for dinner.
This would be good.
Well,
And the
surely,
salsa.
I mean,
And the
yeah,
corn.
I mean, surely, I mean, you're an expert, so surely people must call on you from maybe, I don't know, what, the 4-H Extension office, or do you ever get those calls like,
No.
that you don't? You're gonna get them now.
What are you talking about?
And you got a call from Utah Valley Magazine 5, 6, 7
I
years ago.
did.
We featured you there.
I did.
Like, you know your stuff. And she's an incredible cook. She has one lucky family.
Wow.
Yeah, she
Thank
does
you.
everything.
Send my people over. Okay, so your mother taught you this.
Yes.
Yes?
I grew up doing it. I would come home from school. We had an apple tree, so I always did applesauce. In Wyoming, we did not have access to the fruits that we have here. So we did not do a lot of peaches and pears. We did do tomatoes because my great-grandma had a huge garden. So I would often come home from school and my grandma and my great-grandma would be in the kitchen with my mom canning. And then in 1993, my youngest sister graduated from high school, so my mom started coming and went to BYU. So I lived here, my mom started to come down. So we've been doing it together with the exception of maybe 2 years for 26 years.
What a neat tradition.
Oh, it's almost our favorite week of the year.
I bet.
And it's so much work and we're so exhausted.
absolutely.
when
Kim, I
each
think
day
that's
is
why it's your
done.
favorite.
Oh,
Because it is so
absolutely.
much work. I think a lot of times now we think, I don't want to do it, it's so much work, but that's where the joy is.
It is.
in the work.
Well, no. The joy is in sitting here with my mom. I mean, let's
It
be
is.
real.
Those
It is.
moments you can't
It
get.
is.
Yep.
We talk. My dad jokes. I do not know how you guys can think of things to talk about all day.
Oh, geez.
But we do.
Women never
right,
shut up.
right. So that's it. And then of course the end result. It's super fulfilling to look
Right.
at it and see it and then be able to eat it.
And hear the cans pop.
Oh, I love
pop,
that.
Pop, pop, It is kind of like
Yes, it is.
My mom has health problems, but way back, she always taught us to. We did peaches, and I just remember scalding my little hand on peeling that off.
'Cause they're so hot.
And then we did corn and shaved it off, and
Yes.
then we would actually bag it. Do you do any of like the bagging and that kind of stuff, or is it just bottled?
It's mostly bottled.
And do you do corn at all, or not? Okay.
freezer jam.
Freezer jam, I do.
Okay.
In fact, this year I made a new one that I've never made. I planted last year from my mom a transplant of her rhubarb plant. So do I.
My aunt had rhubarb. I love that.
So do I. So I made a raspberry rhubarb jam this year for the first time. That's
And?
what's up there.
Oh, delicious.
Oh, yum.
It
Is
is.
this what we got?
Yes.
Oh, she's so dear. She brought us all just a special gift from her heart.
man.
I can't wait to
I'm
taste
sharing
that.
it.
What is this?
That's grape juice.
Oh.
Okay. Explain
so
the
how do you
process
do
of
that?
this.
Okay, that one's done with the
Do you
steamer.
let it ferment?
Oh, I'm not going to share all my secrets. 1981. No, that's done with the steam canner. So it's a big pan with it. You put water in the bottom. You put the grapes in. There's a sieved kind of basket in there with a lid, and then you just turn it on low. Bring it to a boil, turn it on low, and leave it for 3 or 4 hours. And the steam just causes all the juice to come down into a separate pan, and then that pan has
Spigot.
a spigot.
Yes,
Yes,
I've
with,
seen
with
this.
a
Okay,
rubber
I've done
tube,
this.
and then you hold the jar with clamps, and this boiling juice pours into it, and it just smells delicious. So we do apple juice and grape juice.
my
I have
gosh.
plum juice at home.
Have you ever bottled meat? I've heard of people
My
doing that.
mom has.
Has she?
I haven't.
Okay.
No.
I know.
Okay. Now you raised 4 kids, and now it's
Yes.
your husband and you. Have
Yes.
you had to like decrease the number of things you make?
No, I
or
have to
you-
increase it.
Because now
That's what I was going to ask, because
Yes.
the culture, it was always, the bottling and the canning for your family and for food storage
Yeah.
and all those things. So I was going to ask the same thing if your rotation is, or that you have maybe grown children.
Yes.
That come
home and
everything.
raid.
Yes.
In fact, I have
would too.
kids that live in Las Vegas, and whenever we go to stay down there, she'll say, "The cost of a room will be."
Yes. Oh,
Exactly.
Heck yes. Yeah. I can
That's
only
Well, it is
imagine.
such a
Lucky
labor of love,
kids.
but I know when I do it with my mom and my sisters, it's like that end product and we lay it all out, and how fulfilling that is. And you did it
So
together and chatted, but I know when we go to pick it out, it means so much. We're like, okay, I have 5. What did you have? Like,
Yes.
Yeah, it really is.
Yes.
I don't know. It's
Do you
just
have
fun.
a favorite thing to can? If you only could do one thing this year, what would it be?
Oh no. No.
She couldn't do it.
No.
Okay, I have-
Because it's whatever I open at the time. Oh, I love peaches because I opened those tonight. Or, ooh, this juice is so good. So it's whatever I'm opening at the moment. That's my favorite.
Okay.
I don't think I could limit. I could probably not can salsa because I make fresh. And so I could do that. I know. Wow. I can also eat paste. I cannot eat purchased applesauce or peaches. I could probably eat purchased grape juice. But those others,
There's nothing better than a can of or a bottle of peaches in the dead middle of winter.
exactly.
Or the raspberries that you just can't get your hands on at any other time of year. So that's just awesome.
That's
You're
one thing
amazing.
I'm always going to remember about you is your week of canning. So what I need to remember is the week you do it to come visit you.
Oh, yes, you do.
Is that the first week of September? Second?
It usually is. This
Okay,
year,
that's what
it starts on the 9th. Should I plan a visit?
When is it? Yes.
September 9th.
If you want to come on Salsa Day, that requires a lot of chopping. We could really use the
Okay,
help.
I'll be there. Just kidding. I
I'm
think
gonna
I'm out of
report
town.
back to us.
I'm sure you are.
Oh, she is. Maybe I could stop by.
You could speak to how to use a knife.
Yes, I do.
Bring your own, right?
Thanks,
Thanks so
You're
much.
so welcome. Thank you.
There's more studio chatter coming up. Welcome back. We made it.
We made it. That was
We
fun.
did.
Yes.
It was a fun show.
Well, we did miss you for just a teeny.
We sure did.
Well,
moment.
you can't have 1,500 people on the set.
No, it was a little crowded. We did not kick you out, though.
No, I
You
had
had
stuff.
prior engagements.
So thanks
So-
for working around your schedule. And
absolutely.
Barrett filled in. She was starting.
She's
and
happy
really-
to fill in for you.
she really
no,
lit-
she,
oh,
She just
really did it.
said, "I'm Stacy Beck." She did a little
She
promo.
does love you, and she was happy to.
Oh, she's
play the
fun.
part.
Her and Capri
But-
were darling.
Yeah, but we did learn a few new hairstyles for school. I learned that I had no idea that a Dutch braid was just underneath.
Going underneath.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm going to have to practice, but it looks so darling and just messy.
I like how they
and-
kind of pulled it
Yep.
out, so we'll have to
So
try
I wasn't
it.
here, so I'll watch it.
Yes,
and the
you'll
little
have to watch
bobby
it.
pin trick
Oh, the
to take
bobby
that hair, and
pin.
I thought she was going to leave the bobby pin in, and she didn't. She just pulled the hair
did not.
through.
She just
that
used
was
it
a new
like
trick
one of
I
those.
learned. You'll have to watch the segment.
Oh, I sure will.
Okay, good.
I sure when I'm home.
Which is iron.
When I'm home ironing, I usually iron at 10 a.m. and I watch Studio Chatter.
And take some notes on braiding and let us know.
There you go.
So yeah,
Yeah,
what
that
did
was
I learn?
fun.
I learned that Downy Wrinkle releases are a thing.
It is. You'll thank me later. It will be
Don't
the
need
best $6 you've ever spent.
Oh, did you guys love Kim?
Love Kim.
Isn't she like
and
just
she
love
gave us
Kim.
jam, and she's letting me take home some peaches.
You're spoiled.
I am.
Did you hear the joke about the peach?
No.
It was pitiful.
Well, did you know why the tomato blushed?
Why?
Because he saw salad dressing.
We had to, right? We had to. Well, that was a fun segment, and it is an art that has definitely been kind of forgotten by most. So
has.
hopefully we can learn a few tricks
And another
and keep
author.
handing it down. Yes.
Yes.
So we've had two authors this month. Next week we're going to review
Atner.
Atner. So I
Yes.
hope our guests, our viewers have been reading that.
Yep.
I did finish it,
Good.
so I'm super excited to talk about it.
And if you haven't, you can still get it on Kindle. It's an
can't wait
ebook
for part
download.
two.
$2.99. I read it in 2 days. It's super easy, but it leaves you hanging.
I know.
I'm like, I was walking the river trail the day after I finished it, and
Did you
saw
see Amy?
Amy, I'm like, Amy, I finished it. Oh my gosh! She's like, it's so hard to promote the first book, and so anyway.
It's an easy read and it just grabs you, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
So these talented women, I love it
know.
when they come in and
Yep.
share their talents, from canning to writing to hair. It's just so
Yeah.
cool to see these women.
They certainly are doing the things that
We're
we're taking the easy out anymore. So
Yeah.
So if it's
Yeah.
wrinkle release or whatever it is, and maybe we'll talk more about that next time.
So unicorn fudge stripe cookies.
Yes, I wonder how they would taste in a cookie salad. So I use the traditional.
Oh yeah, like the little
stripes, like the fudge stripes in my cookie salad. But I'll have
What
to
else
try
goes
the
in there?
unicorn.
Like whipped cream.
Cool Whip,
Whip.
vanilla pudding, and buttermilk, and mandarin oranges, pineapple tidbits,
That's a lot.
and then you crush all the frozen cookies and roll it in.
I think I've eaten
So
it before,
it's
but the
so
cookies
good.
don't go soggy.
You have to do it right before you want to serve it. Like,
And then you
don't
said
make it
they're
too far in
frozen?
advance. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I put mine in the freezer, and then I put them in a giant Ziploc bag to crush them down and
Okay. Wow.
before you serve. So it's very good.
It sounds good. I am loving the farmers market. I've been the last 2 Saturdays, and our counters are just full of good food, and it just has me baking at home. And
Yep, I've been down there too. I
eating
got some
peaches and
salsa the
cream.
other day, and I got some yummy bread that was like a jalapeno and like Asiago cheese or something. It was really yummy.
You would love the olive loaf then too.
Okay.
So
Swiss days.
Yes,
I
make
got
sure,
it.
make sure you check that out.
fun.
Okay, I will.
All right. Well, thanks for being here with us. We hope you enjoyed the chatter. Please do tell a friend about us.